Okay, so in today's video, what we're going to cover is we're going to cover 3 different evasions to 3 different elevations of a round kick. We're going to cover the low line, the midline, and the high line. So what we're going to try and deal with right now is going to be the rear kick, their rear kick coming towards your lead leg, coming towards your rib, or coming towards your head. Okay, so what we're going to start off with is how to get out of the way. And there's a couple of different things that you need to touch on first. Before you even worry about the footwork and all that stuff, you need to realize that it's going to be a lot of power, a lot of speed coming at you, so you have to have a ton of reps to do this properly. Obviously, you can block it, you can check it, you can cover your kicks, that kind of stuff. That still hurts, right? So if you have the timing and if you have the speed, hopefully you can put those two together and you can make some of these evasions happen more frequently. So what we're going to cover first is a kick low line either to the outside of the thigh or to the lower line of the leg. Generally, what we're going to do on this case here is we're just going to hop back out of the way and then drive ourselves back in. You could just hop back and stay back, but then you're on your heels, not necessarily on your heels, but then you do kind of give them sort of control, right? So what we're going to cover first is just the hop back. So we're going to start with our feet in our stance. We're in our kicking stance, and all of a sudden they decide to throw this bomb towards your leg. You could either, muscle it up and take it, and that's going to suck, and you're not going to want to do that all night. Or all you're going to do is you're going to take your lead foot and you're going to push off of it. You're going to hop both feet back, hop back in. Now when you do this, make sure that you don't slide your feet like so, because when you slide your feet like so, you're going to get kicked in. This is not a step and a slide. This is a hop and a hop, hop and a hop. I'm in my stance the entire time. Here, here. So as you're doing this, an easy way to start is to just bounce, right? Don't even picture a leg coming at you. Just bounce out, bounce in, bounce out, bounce in, bounce out, bounce in. Okay, we call them line hops in PE class. But pick a line on your mat and hop over it, hop back, hop over it, hop back, hop over it, hop back. Anytime you don't cross that line, you just got kicked. Okay? So what you're going to do is I want you to picture a stick coming right at you. Or a stick. Jeez. I was looking at my sticks on the ground and I said a stick. Picture a kick coming right at you. Hop out of the way. Hop back in. Hop out of the way. Hop back in. Now, what this person's doing is they're driving this leg in. If they miss, they might cancel it, or they might try and swing it through. So, however they are going to counter it, that's up to them. Right now, we're just visualizing. So, this kick comes at me, I hop out, I hop back in. I hop out, I hop back in. So, simple. We'll get to the follow-ups in the latter portion of this video. Next one we're going to do is the midline kick. They're coming at my ribs. They're bringing this shot in. But what I need to do is I need to take my left foot and I need to slide it laterally back. As I do, I don't just leave my hands here. I have to actually sort of make an arc with my belly. And as I do that, I make this sort of shape here, kind of a C. So I slide this foot back like so. As I do, that kick should pass behind me and I can crash in, or I can just go back to set where I wanted to be. So this will go slide out, arms out, reaching. If you don't have this arms out reaching thing, you're probably not hollowing out enough. Okay? Those of you guys who are in the collie program, when we deal with knife a lot, we do a lot of this sort of evasion of hollowing out. So I'm hollowing out, but I'm sliding my foot laterally back. It's not to here and back, it's all the way through and back. So we're going to be on the midline. And picture a kick coming at you, evade that midline. Evade that midline. Evade the midline. And evade the midline. Next one. And probably in my opinion, the ballsiest of them all. We're dealing with the head kick. okay? It's a ballsy kick to throw anyhow. But to just stand there and let it swing right by your face, that's pretty impressive. So what we're gonna do, you're in your stance, you see them loading up for it, you take your rear foot and you drop it back. As you drop it back, you're on your toes, your lead hand drops, weird, and as it drops, this hand stays up, I lean back. As I lean back, my chin stays down, I'm hiding between my shoulder and my glove or my fist, and I'm leaning back onto this rear foot. Then I snap right back into place. In my stance, step, lean back, bring it back forward. If you're doing this right, you'll have a great stretch all the way down your hip. So we evade the high line. So now you're in your stance, you're picturing a high kick coming at you, evade out. Evade out. Evade out. Make sure you keep that shoulder rolling in. Now, this is the part in class where we would normally randomize it. Okay, so you would have your partner standing in front of you and they would get to choose. Okay, I'm going to throw a kick at you and you get to deal with it. Okay, boom, there's your midline kick. You evaded it. Nicely done. And there's a low line kick. Okay, my high kicks are terrible, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. Kick. But the idea of this would be a randomization so that way you can learn to see it, but you're doing it in a way that is not combative. You're doing this in a way where you're actually compliant with your training partner and you can actually help one another. If you're really new and you're really nervous about this, usually what I do is I have you actually stand out of range anyway. There's no danger of being hit by this person's kick. They're getting practice on spinning their kick around or canceling their kick, and you're getting practice and courage to do it a little closer next time. So now we're going to start incorporating this into some combinations that I like. Now, when the low line kick comes at you, you have to hop back. When you hop back, most of your weight ends up on your rear, right? So I hop back, most of my weight is here. I have this leg ready to go because when I hop back, I don't hop back on my heel, I hop back on my toe. I'm also, again, on my toe here. I'm not on my heel. So as I hop back, I'm on my toe of both. When I hop back in, I'm going to drive a lead teep. So I hop back, I hop in and lead teep. Hop back, hop in, teep. Hop back, hop in, and teep. Now, again, the idea behind this is I'm evading their low kick. So if I miss this rear kick, and if I'm spinning around, whether I'm covering or not, a lot of times people will cover for that round kick. That's why I like this teep, because it tends to catch them right as this guard passes, and then that teep hits. If they're able to cancel the kick, if this goes here and they go, whee, and they bring this back this way, generally they have a hook coming in or something like that. This teep will stop that. If it won't stop it, it'll definitely deaden that shot. Okay? So I really like using the lead teep. Again, going back to some of Bruce's principles, longest weapon to the closest target. So if I'm out here like this, that's my longest weapon to the closest target. Now I'm going to set down and I'm going to start going to work. This is my cross, this is my hook, and now that's my right round. Okay? So low line kick comes in, I evade, I hop back in, I teep, cross, hook, rear round kick. Low line comes in, hop back, hop in, teep, cross, hook, rear round kick. One more time. I evade, hop in, teep, cross, hook, rear round kick. And I'm set. So, that is our low line evasion option. Now, our midline evasion option. We're going to still slide our evasion back just like we had been. This goes here. And now what I like is this left hand is kind of a swat, right? We're going to call it a hook, but it's not going to be the strongest hook you've ever thrown. But what you're trying to catch is you're trying to catch the guy who throws the midline like this with his hand way down. I'm guilty of that because I try and go for power sometimes when I should be protecting my face more with my hand out. But what we're trying to do here is we're trying to interrupt the guy who went for that power shot. You saw it coming a mile away, so you're able to evade it. This hand swats your way in. So it's a hook, followed by a cross, followed by a body hook, okay? You can throw that as a body hook. You can throw that as a shovel hook. I tend to throw shovel hooks. I like those more. And then follow with the right round kick. So, midline evasion, hook, cross, body hook, rear round kick. Midline evasion, hook, cross, body hook, rear round kick. So, again, midline evasion, swat that hook in, cross, hook. I screwed that up. I said hook and I should have said body hook. Cross, body hook, rear round kick. Midline evasion, hook, cross, body hook, rear round kick. And one more time. I gotta get it right once, right? Midline evasion, hook, cross, body hook, rear round kick. So that is our midline evasion techniques. Now the last one we're gonna cover is our high line. I say last one, but I got two parts for you, okay? So the first one off the high line, I see it coming, I evade out. Again, I drop this left hand in order to not get it broken. So I get out of the way. As I'm sliding back in, I drive this rear uppercut straight at that center, okay? So for those of you guys who aren't comfortable with this rear uppercut or haven't seen it before, what I'm doing is I'm pivoting all of my torque through my rear hip and I'm extending my arm out. Straight out and back. Straight out and back. It's a long uppercut. So what we're going to do is we're going to evade. We're going to hit that long uppercut. From the long uppercut, we're going to hit a hook, and then a cross, and then a rear round kick. So the idea behind this is I get out of the way of this rear round kick. As they're spinning around, I slide this shot right in the center line as they're trying to get reset. Then I hook, and I cross, and I rear round kick. Evade high, uppercut, hook, cross, rear round kick. Evade high, uppercut, hook, cross, rear round kick. Uppercut, whoops, I should evade first. Evade, uppercut, hook, cross, rear round kick. So, the idea behind this is I just throw my high kick and I'm turning, but I'm not turning to cover the line or anything like that, but I turn and right as I get to about square back up on you, that uppercut comes straight at the center line. So that's the mindset behind this. I'm going to evade, and as they're turning, that shot comes in. One of the things that's important about this is to, as you evade, and as you go to throw this uppercut, this left hand needs to be up. If it is not up, you could get caught, and that's what we're going to cover next. So if I miss my high round kick, and that was a super lazy round kick, I'll be a little bit more. So if I miss this shot coming through can be a pretty good way of compensating. So you need to be mindful that that spinning back elbow or spinning back fist is coming. So I evade out, I cover in, now I throw this uppercut. Then from this position here, if you think about it, if I get stuck here by somebody's arm as I'm trying to do a back fist, all of this is nice and open. So this uppercut, instead of going straight up to the head, is now going to go straight in as sort of like a piston punch, right? I'm using my hip to drive this shot right into their kidney. So as I spin the shot through, because I missed, this is going to get just wrecked with this piston punch. So I'm trying to just blast that rib. Now, from that position, if you think about it, again, we're in close range. So I hit this piston shot here. I'm going to go snap elbow. If I still happen to have a free line to their head, I hit the down elbow. If I don't, and they're starting to try and cover back up right away, which they should, then I'm going to actually drop this right elbow in as an up elbow. The reason why I like that is because as this is coming through, if I eat this and eat this, if I'm starting to shrink this down and starting to turtle up and get back into my position, that up elbow, it might hit me. It also might hit my tricep. And if it hits my tricep, now I'm back a little less guarded for our next step. If I happen to already have been here and I'm tightening up because that one freaking hurt, then that down elbow comes crashing right at the top. Now, after our elbows, I want you to tie them up, get into your clinch. So again, I'm going to evade their kick. From this position here, I slide in and I cover and I hit that piston shot. I hit a snap elbow. I either hit an up elbow or a down elbow. From either of these, my left hand starts to shear in, my right hand unfolds in, and I get my clinch. Ideally, I get a clinch on their side. If not, and they had already turned around, well, you're now in the clinch. Okay, so now you're playing these games. But again, I really like this up elbow because if I hit my snap elbow and I hit my up elbow, that tends to help me keep this pinned across my body while I unload or unroll this arm and get this in tight, and now I have the side clinch. Okay, so for the full counter or for the full combination on this evasion shots, so I evade high as I'm going to. I evade high. As I slide in, I cover, I hit the uppercut, I hit the hook, I hit the cross, I hit the rear round kick. That's option number one. That's if they don't throw it. Option two is I evade high. I cover, I get it caught here. It hits me here. I drive this piston shot straight in. I hit a snap elbow, I hit a down elbow or an up elbow, thread, and drive two knees. 1 and 2, throw them away. So again, evade out. From this evasion here, I cover in, I piston shot. From here, I'm gonna elbow and elbow, clinch up, unfold and clinch up, knee and knee. Throw them out. Evade, cover, piston, elbow, elbow, lock it in, knee, knee, throw it through. Evade, cover, piston punch, elbow, elbow, clinch up, knee, knee. Last one. Evade, piston shot, elbow, elbow, lock it in, knee and knee. So I hope you have fun playing with these. Sorry again for some of the rambling. Some of the form is a little rough today. I mentioned it in one of my other videos. Right now I'm going on about 4 hours of sleep, and I just did a 12-hour workday. So I still wanted to make sure I got you guys this content in a timely manner because I felt pretty bad at the beginning of this month taking that little break. So I apologize in advance if my form isn't as tight as it should be. If you want to correct me on it. I'll be happy to take some tips. So anyway, thank you very much.